Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Friends School Mullica Hill, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the parents, to the grandparents, community members, our mayor, honored guests, and staff, most of all, to our graduates. In the manner of friends, let us pause for a moment of silent worship. Thank you, friends. So I've been fortunate to attend this event a number of times, and it's always been a very special experience. Somehow, this year, it feels a little extra special for me as my baby and his classmates are up here celebrating this wonderful milestone. I told him I would not embarrass him, and yet it is partially my goal today. Bear with me for a moment, and I'm asking specifically the graduates, everyone please join in. I'd like you to take a moment to look at your classmates. I'd like you to look around at this beautiful campus. Look at everyone who's here, who's come to celebrate with you and support you. Now let's take a couple of deep breaths. I want to see it. I want you to soak it in. You're here today, I imagine, experiencing a bittersweet moment, appreciating your growth, your memories, your friendships, while looking toward an exciting future full of next steps. As an alumna of this school, I can assure you, you are well prepared. You have the skills that you need to succeed academically and to continue to grow personally. It's just up to you to use them. Whether you've been a student here since you were very little or you've just joined our community recently, you have experienced a very special place. This is a place that will take you throughout your life and that will serve you in ways that you probably can't yet imagine. And as someone who has stood in your shoes 36 years ago, no comments on the timeline, please know that Friends School Mullica Hill will always be your home. You are always welcome here, and we encourage you to stay in contact and connected with the roots that you have built. Thank you, graduates, in advance for representing our school community with excellence as you continue in your academic and professional lives, and know that we are so very proud of you. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to my love. And my very best wishes to all of you as you start your high school careers. I'm happy next to introduce to our community the Mayor of Harrison Township, Mayor Adam Wingate.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor and a joy to be here with you today as we celebrate the important milestone in the lives of our graduates at the Friends School of Mullica Hill. On behalf of the Township, I offer each and every one of you, students, families, teachers, and staff, a heartfelt welcome and a warm congratulations to our graduates. To the graduating class, today marks both an ending, but yet a beginning. You've spent years of learning, growing, and discovering who you are and what you stand for. Guided by not just books and lessons, but by values the school so beautifully upholds: integrity, kindness, respect, and community. Friends School of Mullica Hill is more than just a school. It's a place where students are taught to lead with both intellect and heart. And as your mayor, I can tell you that our communities need leaders like that. Leaders who listen, leaders who care, and leaders who value peace and justice and who are brave enough to build a better future. To the families and faculty, I thank you. Thank you for the love, support, and guidance you poured into these young people. Your investment in their lives is what makes today possible. And to the graduates, I encourage you to carry forward everything you've learned here and gained here. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and when life presents you challenges, always remember there's a solution to every problem. It may take patience, creativity, and courage to ask for help, but you are more than capable. And no matter where you go, know that your hometown, your community, and your school are proud of you. On behalf of the Harris Township Committee and myself, congratulations, class of 2025. Today is your day. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor Wingate, for being part of our graduation ceremony this evening and for your words of congratulation and encouragement for our graduates. I hope you know how proud Friends School is to be part of the Mullica Hill and Harrison Township communities and the benefits that we gain learning by engaging with our community through members of your committee and yourself. And so we are grateful for that and also look forward to years of continued partnership with you and Mullica Hill. So thanks again for being part of us. Thank you for being part of this special occasion, which is, my friends, a special occasion this evening, which of course has been convened to honor and to celebrate with the class of 2025, to look back with appreciation for all they have accomplished and contributed to our school community, and to look forward with anticipation with them for what is to come for them. And in a moment, we will be hearing their thoughts and reflections. But first, it is a tradition here at Friends School to invite an alumna or alumnus who graduated 4 years ago to speak to the graduates about their high school experience. Sophia Hasmas graduated from Friends School in 2021 and went on to Wilmington Friends School, from which she graduated this past Saturday. Sophia is a candidate to receive the International Baccalaureate Diploma, a 2-year high school program known for its rigor and for its international recognition. During her time at Wilmington Friends, Sophia has been part of the school's volleyball team, a bassist for the jazz band, and a leader of the Spanish Club and the Eco Club, and an illustrator for the school newspaper. It sounds like she kept busy. Sophia is passionate about the environment and community, and after a gap year in Spain with her family, she plans to major in environmental planning. Please welcome Sophia Hasimas.
Hello, everybody. I'm so honored to be back at Friends School Mullica Hill today to give the speech to the awesome graduating class of 2025. Congratulations, you guys did it. You just finished middle school, a chapter full of unforgettable memories and moments you'll laugh at and definitely cringe at for years to come. I know I do. For those of you who don't know me, like he said, I graduated from Wilmington Friends this past Saturday, and I graduated from Friends School Mullica Hill 4 years ago. Or some of you may know me as Liam's totally cool, sophisticated, and amazing older sister. I'm just kidding, kind of. But in all seriousness, I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'm also experiencing the bittersweetness of leaving behind what's familiar to step into something new. Honestly, it's probably just as hard for me as it is for you to wrap your head around the idea of leaving what you know, stepping away from the comfortable and into the unknown. But here's one piece of advice I'd like to give you. Even if you don't feel it now, you are ready. You are more capable than you think, and whatever comes next, you've got this. I know high school may seem intimidating to some of you, but trust me, it's totally chill. And generally, most people are nice, or at least tolerable. Nobody bites. Trust me. And since no speech is complete without some random statistic, here's one for you. 90% of what people worry about in life never actually happens. Now, if you're wondering which specific study I'm referencing, that's a great question. You'd have to ask my mom. She knows. High school is a place to learn, not a place to fear. All you need to know is that there's nothing to be worried about. It's all about self-discovery and a place to learn not only from your textbooks and lessons, but also from the mistakes you will make. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. The worst thing you can do is run away from them. You need mistakes to learn and grow. And also, one mistake I do want to save you from, do not use high school movies as a reference of what high school should be like. I'm telling you, it's not like the movies. In real life, there's a lot more homework. Yes, it's true. You will have to do homework in real life. And yes, it's pretty horrible. But you know what? All jokes aside, high school is going to be challenging. I will not sugarcoat it. But it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard because that's the only way you're going to learn and grow. And I would encourage you to invite the challenge that comes your way because that's how you're going to grow into the person you're going to be. It's actually fun to do hard work and to be proud of yourself for it. So get comfortable with the uncomfortable. You now have a chance for a new beginning, new people, new places, new things to do, new friends. You guys are walking into a whole new realm of possibilities and opportunities. So take advantage of it. And I know you all are probably used to older people telling you how time flies by, but you know what? They're actually right. They're actually right. The time does fly by. 1 second, I was where you guys are right now, graduating middle school, and the next, here I am standing, giving this speech as an alumni and graduating from high school. So make the most of it. Take risks. Do something embarrassing. Reach out to people that interest you. Ask for help when you need it. And most importantly, don't forget to have fun. You only go through high school one time in your life, so make it count and spend some time doing whatever you want. And before the teachers start giving me a side eye wondering when I'm going to tell you to do your homework, I'm telling you now, make sure to do your homework, stay on top of your classes, it's important. Take school seriously. You have had the honor to attend such a special middle school with amazing teachers who truly care and have supported you. So don't let that go to waste. Make your teachers proud. And more importantly, make yourself proud. Can't believe I'm going to say this, but hard work really does feel good. So don't be shy to put in the effort to the things you care about or to get that A. You'll be proud of yourself. That's one thing you won't regret. You'll never regret working hard. And if you're going to have any regrets, it's better to regret trying and failing than not trying anything at all. And this makes me come to probably my most important piece of advice. So listen up. And to catch the attention of the kids zoning out and to embarrass my brother, let me speak in your Gen Alpha language for a split second. No cap, lock in. This is about to be the most important tea I'm about to spill that's 100% proven to give you infinite riz and max aura. Now as a translation, that just meant listen up. Okay, now that I hopefully have everyone's attention, I would urge you from your very first day of high schools to explore, join clubs, and talk to people. Put yourself out there. Don't be shy. I know it's scary, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to try a little bit of everything. Figure out the things you like and are passionate about. Learn about the things you don't like. Figure out who you are. And the things that you don't like are just as important to discover. For example, I have come to learn that computer science is definitely not for me. And I've accepted that one day I will be a grandma who does not know how to turn on a TV. And that's just me. And I'm glad I figured that out in high school because I probably saved myself a lot of tears and sleepless nights if I had pursued that. Have faith in your teachers from Friends School Mullica Hill. They have fully prepared you for what's coming next, and you're ready. As I wrap up this speech, I want to take advantage of the power I have, speaking here today, to give a formal shout out to all the teachers. Truly, you guys are absolutely amazing and are incredible at your jobs. You have led me in the right path, and I'm forever grateful for what you have all done for me and for what you have done for my brother and his graduating class. I also want to thank Teacher Matt for giving me this opportunity to give this speech today. I'm truly honored. And as my last abuse of power, I want to give Liam a special shout out. Liam, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited to see what you do in life. I love you more than the world itself, and whether you believe it or not, I really do see you as my closest friend. I'll always have your back, and in the way of the Quakers, let your light shine. And with that, the 2025 school season has come to an end. Congratulations, class of 2025. You did it.
Sophia, thank you. That was wonderful. Your words of encouragement and advice and also reassurance and your humor have really gotten us off to a great start this evening. Liam, you okay? All right, good. So at this time, we do have the privilege now of hearing the thoughts and reflections of the class of 2025. And we will begin with Sam Benjaminson.
Hello. I first came to Friends School Mullica Hill in 3rd grade. Coming from a public school at such a young age, I was intimidated by the already tight community and friendships among my peers. I quickly learned that this was not an environment to be scared of, as I made friends that I will have forever and memories that will last a lifetime. I've learned a lot from Friends School. I didn't just learn about English and math, I also learned about the importance of friendship, kindness, and gratitude towards others. I learned the most important thing, which was to always be myself, and I will be forever grateful to my friends for appreciating me for it. I never had to pretend to be someone who I wasn't, and never be afraid to be who I am. A memory I will cherish at Friends School is the camping trips we went on in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. My favorite trip was in 6th grade when we went to Peak. I don't know if it was the canoe trip, the scary stories at night, naming every animal we saw with Liam, or using Liam as a human shield against bees, but that trip will always be a special memory that I cherish. But even on a normal day at school, it was still a special place. I want to specifically thank Teacher Alicia for always making me excited and eager to learn math every single day. She always made math fun and easy to learn, and I will always be grateful for everything she's done for me. I also think that every teacher in the school deserves a thank you for making life at this school a fun and unique experience for every student. Whether it was Teacher Brad having us recreate court cases with lawyers and judges, or Teacher Jason's science labs. These past 6 years wouldn't have been as great without every single teacher, so thank you all. Most importantly, I couldn't be where I am now without my family. I want to give a special thank you to my grandma and grandpa for driving me to school every single morning for the past 3 years, and my other grandma and grandpa for driving all the way down here. I am so grateful for their endless kindness and unselfishness towards me. I want to thank my sister for being my best friend throughout all my life. She is one of the only people who never failed to make me smile, and she's always been kind and supportive towards me. I don't know where my life would be without my forever best friend, so thank you, Maddie. Lastly, I want to thank my mom and dad. Every day you set an example of how to be kind to everyone else and be a better person, and make every day great. Although I make it my goal to tease you endlessly every day, you are one of my biggest role models, and I can never repay you for everything you've done to me. I also want to thank my dad. If you're listening right now, instead of playing on your phone, you have been someone I always looked up to, and I'm so glad you're my dad. You always brighten me by making me laugh or doing something special for me. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for dedicating your life to making me and Madeline happy. I love you guys. Friends School Mullica Hill has been a 6-year experience that will always be special to me. I've made so many unforgettable memories, and I've shaped myself into the person I am today. So thank you, Friends School Mullica Hill, for giving me the opportunity to become a better person and to always be myself. I will never forget my special experience here.
I had a good dream. Some would say a great dream. But now that dream is over. Now I shall go back to bed and have a new dream. But first, I want to remember that dream for from last night, and all good moments all the good moments that happened in it. I was dreaming for about 8 years, but it felt so much faster than that. I remember entering the classroom on my shadow day, and it all goes still. Then a friend comes over and starts the great beginning of my time at Friends. Over the years, our class has grown smarter, braver, nicer, and tougher. Although it hasn't been perfect, it has been pretty darn good. We faced challenges, for sure, but never alone. We were a team through it all. Sports was where we bonded the most. With all the wins and the many, many losses, you can actually learn more through losing. So we learned a lot together throughout those seasons, but all the time growing together as one. A lot of growth has also happened on field trips. All the cities and camping trips were great. However, one was better than all the rest. Its name was Peak, and in 6th grade, it was our first overnight trip. As we strolled along the pond, shortly after our arrival, we have been swarmed. There was a scream followed by other kids running all over the place until everyone had escaped the bees' wrath, except for 2 boys who were trapped on one side of the path and could see no way around. Their names were Liam and Sam. They were both scared and didn't know what to do. The camp leader said, "Just walk through the angry bees slowly." Sam and Liam looked at each other with disbelief. Then Liam, the brave one, went first, walking straight through the bees. Then not even one step, Liam was stung in his Achilles tendon. After they made it back, Liam injured and Sam still very much fine. They realized that they could have just walked around in the tall grass. When I got back to the campground, my friends were all there, checking in with me to make sure I was okay. I can see now that having all my friends with me as I grew up taught me to become my best self. I knew they would always help me when I was in need. Along with my friends, I want to thank all my teachers, from Teacher Annie in 1st grade all the way to Teacher Brad in 8th, and to everyone in between. Teacher Kate has made me a way better musician. Teacher Dawn has taught me all I know about computers. Teacher Jason has inspired me to learn more about the world, and every teacher has made me a better person. Finally, I have to thank my family for always being there when I'm down and always bringing me back up. I'm so lucky to have such a great family. You have always pushed me to keep going and encouraged me to be my best self all the time. Even when I'm not, you will always forgive me and never let me forget who I truly am. Now, after all this time and all the laughs and voice cracks, my time at Friends School Mullica Hill has come to an end. It has been a great time and now a great end. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for coming. I've been at Friends School Mullica Hill since pre-K2, which is 10 years, and every year has been so much fun. Every field trip, every time I had recess, every assignment were all so enjoyable. Okay, well, maybe not all of the assignments. However, even though some of those assignments were tough, I was always learning, enjoying company with my friends, and appreciating how the teachers were there for me when I needed help. One of the classes I have enjoyed most was civics, which we had this year. This class blew my expectations, and it was so interesting to learn about the government and see how all the branches are supposed to fit together. An assignment I especially enjoyed was our Supreme Court case, which gave us a little glimpse into how lawyers and judges work. Being a lawyer was an experience that inspired me to think about what I could do in the future. I also have enjoyed all the trips we've gone to. The Ancient Egypt Museum, Washington, D.C., New York, Baltimore. They're all such fun experiences. I also have really enjoyed sports, plays, and musicals. I've had a great time in all those activities, and I've definitely gotten better at acting, singing, and bawling since I first started. I definitely could not have done this when I first got to Friends School, because when I first got to Friends School, I could never have imagined that I would feel so comfortable here. I was shy and wasn't sure if this was a school for me. In my first few weeks, I remember just watching my classmates play while I sat by myself, not knowing how to make new friends. I remember my mom telling me to hang out with them and not to just sit around alone. I told her I would, and I'm glad I did. Playing with building blocks, drawing, playing with Legos as a pre-K student, all the way to playing basketball at recess yesterday, it's been a blast. It also reminds me to thank my parents for sending me to this school and for bringing me here and picking me up every day. Even though you guys were really busy, every day you stopped what you were doing and came to pick me up. Thank you. I'm very excited for what the future has in store for me. I'm excited about learning how to drive, becoming a parent, and all of the thrills that comes with growing up. But as I do, I will always remember this school as the place where I started my journey and that gave me so much. As for my fellow classmates, I wish you guys the best of luck in high school and all of your future endeavors. Thank you, Friends School Mullica Hill.
Hi. The day we once wished would come quickly is finally here, and I'm sorry that it is because it means I am leaving my classmates who have encouraged me and made me laugh even when I didn't want to, and my teachers who've been my mentors. When I first came to Friends School in 4th grade, I prayed my mom would let me leave and spent every day wishing that 8th grade graduation would arrive at the speed of light. Only one of those events happened, and now that it has, I wish I had spent less time waiting on the future and more time appreciating the present. It also reminds me of the importance of the Quaker testimony of simplicity. Having a small, tight-knit school and an even smaller, tight-knit class has taught me that the most important things in life are typically the most simple, the little moments that you will never forget and the memories that will eventually become treasures. I will always remember our different phases of recess activities as a class, like Among Us in Real Life and Red Rover, and the drama that revolved around them, like the correct rules of the game or if someone was playing correctly or not. Thinking about this community fills me with gratitude for everyone that was with me along this journey. I'd like to thank my classmates for all the funny moments and memories that will someday become stories I tell my children, and hope they felt the same joy I felt in the moment those memories were made. Especially my classmates Izzy and Burke, who have taught me that it is impossible to go through the journey of school alone. Hi. I would also like to thank Teacher Brad for teaching me more about our government than most adults will ever know. He is an inspiration to us all and is knowledgeable about countless things, and I'm lucky enough to have some of his knowledge passed on to me and my fellow classmates. Next, I would like to thank Teacher Alicia for not only making me enjoy math, but being there for every single one of her students no matter what. Thank you, Teacher Sophie, for always bringing fun into every lesson you taught, and thank you, Teacher Jason, for teaching me more about the world and how we got to where we are today than I would have ever learned otherwise. I'd like to acknowledge my essentials teachers who remind us every day that school is not just about grades, but also about learning things that make you a more well-rounded person, like how to play various instruments, how to code, how to use different art styles, and how to stay fit. Now I would like to thank people who could not be here today, starting with my Uncle Devon, who lives in Japan. Thank you for telling me everything you knew about Friends School Mullica Hill before I came here, and thank you for being invested in my school life, and especially the school soccer season. Thank you to my mom and pop, who are watching over me, for being the twin pillars without whom I could not stand. Thank you to my Yaya, who is the thing one to my thing two, has always been on my side no matter what, and taught me many valuable lessons, like how it doesn't only matter where you go to school, but also the effort you put in. However, my ultimate inspiration is the phenomenal woman from whom I received the color of my hair and my name and practically plastered her face on mine, my mother, Amanda. My mother not once put the thought in my mind that I couldn't be whoever I wanted to be or do whatever I wanted to do. She could tell you about the countless times I told her I wanted to be a veterinarian, then a movie star, then president, and for now I've settled with lawyer and radiologist. She fills my life with love, music, and fun and knowledge in her efforts to give me people to look up to and see as role models. As she has guided me through everything these past 14 years, I think she failed to realize that the person I most admired and wanted to be was her. She's the most inspirational, loving, and intelligent woman I know, and I am beyond lucky to have her as my mother. It is my pride and honor to have had such an incredible and unforgettable time at Friends School Mullica Hill. I wish my classmates the utmost success and happiness in the future in whatever they decide to do. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I still remember my first day shadowing at Friends School Mullica Hill. It was 10 years ago in pre-K 2 with Teacher Megan. What I mainly remember is how fun it was there, and also surprising Teacher Judy by being able to say shenanigans properly in a sentence. I was scared to leave my preschool, but as soon as I shadowed, I knew I had to go here. The environment felt so nurturing, caring, and everyone made me feel welcome. I then came to Friends School in kindergarten, and I have loved the past 9 years at this school. Though there are so many fun memories at the school, my favorite one has to be when we went to Costa Rica. We did so many fun activities like zip-lining through the rainforests, swimming in the Pacific Ocean, and getting tackled into a river by Teacher Tim when we went whitewater rafting. Now I would like to say my thank yous. After being at the school for so long, I have a lot of thanks to give. I'll try to keep it short, but no promises. Speaking of the Costa Rica trip, I want to thank our two brave chaperones, Teacher Tim and Teacher Claudia. Thank you for keeping us safe and making sure we had a good time. And also saving me, Nora, Charlotte, and Amberlyn from almost missing our flight after getting stuck past a security checkpoint. Next, I would like to thank all of my past teachers for helping me grow into the person that I am today. I would also like to thank all of my current teachers for expanding my knowledge in each and every subject. Now I would like to thank my friends. Thank you to 4 very special alumni, Nora, Charlotte, Amberlyn, and Addie. This past school year wasn't the same without you. I had so much fun on the trip with some of you guys, and thank you for always being so kind. Next up, I would like to thank all of the upcoming 7th and 8th graders for being a part of my middle school experience and making sure I never had a dull moment in morning meeting. Lastly, I would like to thank 2 very special friends, Sienna and Izzy. We've been inseparable these past 2 years, and I can honestly say you've both changed my life for the better. I'm going to miss you 2 so much. Next, I would like to thank the multiple adults that have raised me and cared for me since I was very young. Thank you to my pop-pop, my mammy, and my Uncle Dean for always being there for me no matter what. Thank you to my Shihan and my sensei for being a second family to me and teaching me all I know about respect and martial arts. But most of all, I want to thank my mom and dad. Thank you so much for driving me everywhere all the time, for raising me right, and for being there for me no matter what got in the way. Also, honorable mention to my dogs Bungie and Aquila for having sweet faces and always cheering me up. In conclusion, I want to thank everyone in the crowd right now for giving me your time and listening to my speech. This school is truly an amazing place, and I know I'm academically prepared for the next step in my life. I'll miss this place so much, but I can't wait to continue my journey at Bishop Eustace Preparatory School. Thank you.
Though I am excited to go to a new school, be a part of a new community, and to have new experiences, I am very sad to leave Friends School Mullica Hill. I have attended Friends School for 4 years. I started here in Pre-K 1 and Pre-K 2, and then I came back years later for a shadow day, and I knew this is where I wanted to be from middle school. Before Friends School, I was always very quiet, since we didn't have to do presentations in front of the class. I'm still quiet, but being able to have the experience of presenting made me much more comfortable speaking in front of groups of people. Now I am prepared for high school to present to larger class sizes confidently. My family and I will be moving to Cream Ridge, New Jersey over the summer, for my brother and I to go to the schools in Allentown, New Jersey. At my new high school, I am excited to take various art classes and math classes that I am well prepared for, since the teachers at Friends School take time to teach engaging lessons. One of the reasons I joined this wonderful community with Friends School Mullica Hill is for the small class sizes. Though Friends School welcomes every student with open arms and welcomes them into the community, although the class sizes of my new school are much bigger than a total of 10 students, they are still on the smaller side. With the small class sizes that Friends School has, it makes it easier to have close connections with friends and teachers. Cream Ridge is about an hour away, which isn't too far, and I will definitely be able to come back and see my friends from the school. There are so many amazing people that should be recognized in this speech, including every family that is here tonight supporting me, and the rest of my class. Thank you, Mom, for helping me write lists of schoolwork that I have to finish when I am overwhelmed. Thank you for shaping your schedule around dropping me off at school every morning, and then making this move possible by going up to the house every day by either painting the walls or packing the car so much that we hardly have room. Thank you, Dad, for helping me find information for presentations, and although Luca doesn't enjoy it, thank you for asking us 3 things that happened during our school day at dinner time. Luca, thank you for being the most supportive brother there is. You make me smile when something is confusing, and thank you for sitting school events like this one. Grandma and Papa, thank you for calling me on the first and last days of my school year. I will remember for this year not to say my day was fine or good, like I always do, because my school day is always better than just fine. Thank you, Grammy and Grandpa, for going to concerts and supporting not only me, but the entire Friends community by listening to the music that we learned. Although all of my thank yous are valuable, this is one of the most special. Thank you, Grandfather, for introducing us to the Friends community. If you hadn't encouraged my parents to send me here to this school in pre-K, I might not have ever ended up at the school. I really appreciate all of my family for supporting me through my middle school years here at Friends School. I hope Allentown High School will be able to make as much as an impact on me as Friends School Mullica Hill has. I will never forget my experiences here within this community, and I hope my classmates have the best high school experiences.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And when I first stepped foot on this campus, I was befuddled. After all, I was 4 years old. My memories of my pre-K and kindergarten years are fuzzy, but I remember a few things very clearly. When I told Teacher Megan that my pop-up ran a red light, he still remembers that too. Staying at early room most days and picking the bear chair with Teacher Ruthie, and my trip to her house with Tommy, where we picked tomatoes, swam in the rain, baked, and played Yahtzee. These experiences set the tone for my years of Friends, fun and interesting, but still able to learn valuable lessons. Throughout my time at Friends School, this place has given me an opportunity to become an honorable, honest, mature, and sensible person. I learned them all through my years here, but this 8th grade year with Teacher Brad has helped us focus on developing those traits as we learned about how to stand up for what we believe in our work on citizenship and social psychology. Moreover, Friends School also made me more intelligent, resourceful, nimble, and crafty, both physically and mentally, because of mathematics, physical education, the art program, and the thesaurus I used to write this sentence. Through the top-notch education and activities provided by all the teachers and extracurricular activities like our basketball team and soccer teams, Friends School has made me a well-rounded person, and one that can become an important part of a community. I've been able to contribute to the school from leading discussions at UN Day, acting in the plays The Cat and Plankton, and playing sports like basketball and soccer. While there isn't a clear cookie-cutter path to my success in life, I'm sure I will find my way because of the valuable lessons that FSMH has provided me. And as my time here comes to an end, I want to thank the people who have provided me with that education. Teacher Nancy, Teacher Megan, Teacher Patty, Teacher Carol, Teacher Brad, Teacher Alicia, Teacher Flo, Teacher Jason, Teacher Sophie, Teacher Piper, Teacher Sue, Teacher Kate, Teacher Dawn, Teacher Diane, Teacher Tim, and Teacher Ruthie. These teachers sitting with us today helped me become a better student and person by taking the time to get to know me so they could push me to reach my potential. And I want to thank the people who have provided the ability to get me that education. Dad, Mom, Papa, Gigi, Alec, and all my other family members. They've led me through my childhood, brought me up to be an exceptional person, and provided me with everything I need to grow. In conclusion, I'd like to make everyone appreciate how Friends School has made me ready for everything ahead on the journey of life. If I'm ever on the field, on the stage, preparing for a high-stakes or a world-altering diplomatic meeting, Friends School has made me ready. It has made us all ready to do great things.
I've been at Friends School since kindergarten, and it's been an amazing experience. I've met so many awesome people over the years, and I have many great memories with them. When I first came to Friends School, I remember my first meeting for worship ever. It was very strange since I was really young, and I wasn't used to just sitting and being quiet for any period of time. It took years, but eventually I started to appreciate having the time just to sit and think. Throughout my time here at Friends, I've made so many great memories. One trip I'll always remember is going to Peak because it was my first camping trip here, and it was really fun spending time with all my friends. At Peak, we had our very first canoe trip, and I went with Andrew. Andrew and I, after that, survived 2 more canoe rides together on our other camping trips, and those memories of being on the water with my friend are some of my favorite time here. Another thing I really liked here is spending time with our buddies in the younger grades. I really enjoyed all the activities we've done together and the entire concept of buddies because I feel like I started as one of those little kids. Now I've grown into being somewhat of a mentor to them and contributing to the FSMH community. I also enjoyed the sports programs such as soccer and basketball. I played for the basketball and soccer team for 4 years and I enjoyed every season I played. No matter if we got a win or a loss, I still loved playing with my friends. My favorite part was last game of this year's season. Teacher Tim bet if we had a winning record, he would shave off his beard, and we needed one more win in the final game of our season for him to shave it off. As you can guess, we ended up winning, and he shaved his beard. The season was very rewarding for many reasons, but getting to see Teacher Tim without a beard was one of the main ones. I also want to thank my family for everything they do for me. Whether it's taking me to school or supporting me after a tough loss in soccer, they're always there for me when I need them. I also want to thank my teachers for making fun assignments for us to do and helping me in any way I needed throughout my time at Friends School Mullica Hill. I want to wish my classmates, the class of 2025, an amazing time in high school. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoyed my time with you guys here.
When I joined Friends, I was in 7th grade. I had a very rough school year the year before. That year, most of my class had turned against me, and it really felt like the world was against me. But thanks to my parents, I arrived at Friends next year filled with hope. After 2 years at Friends, I have done things that I would never have done before. For example, I have done both fall plays and both musicals. However, it's not just the drama production that I have been able to do. I've had the chance to travel to Costa Rica, as well as to Washington, D.C. to talk to Representative Van Drew, and participate in 2 United Nations mock meetings, as well as many other highlights. So, I have many good memories from these past 2 years, but one of my favorites is from Costa Rica. I know Bert talked about this for a couple seconds early before, and I know Teacher Tim knows about this. So, we were whitewater rafting, right? And after about 40 minutes, we had gotten to a calm section of the river. Because our raft was probably a good 5 minutes out front, we decided to just relax and just calm down after some crazy whitewater rafting. So of course, Teacher Tim decided it was the perfect time to send me, Andrew, and Sam to the water. Well, somehow I, the shortest person in our raft, managed to stay on, but sorry to say I couldn't say the same for Sam and Andrew. Andrew was pushed in, and Teacher Tim decided to take Sam out. He would tackle him into the water. Yeah, so eventually I got pushed in, but it was still very, very funny. Very funny moment. In my regular public schools, I would have never had the opportunities. Therefore, I am incredibly grateful for the chance to go to the incredible school of Friends School, Mullica Hill. I went to places I never thought I'd see, and did things I didn't know I could do, like being the lead in a musical or winning an essay contest. Thank you to my mom and dad for giving me these opportunities. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you also to the teachers of this incredible school for giving me these opportunities to have a unique middle school experience. Special thank you to Teacher Brad, Teacher Sophie, Teacher Piper, and Teacher Kate for having 2 incredible musicals. Without those musicals, I would have never been as confident as I am now. So thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Elijah. And I've been a student at Friends School for the last 2 years, and looking back on that time has brought back some great memories. Now my first significant memory at the school was going on my first overnight camping trip to Camp Bonus. During that trip, I experienced a lot of different things I had never done at my old school, or with any of my other friends, like going canoeing without the boat almost flipping over and drowning, or climbing trees 30 feet high and then walking across them on a tightrope, or shooting a bow and arrow. I liked that trip because I did a lot of things that I never thought I would do on a school trip. There are also some things I didn't think I would learn at school. Last year, my global learning group with Teacher Jason and Teacher Kate visited a salt marsh. We got to learn how to test how much salt was in the air with a little machine, and even how to catch horseshoe crabs with a net when we were in the water. Then there were events where we got to show off skills that I never thought I'd learn at school. The ones I liked most at Friends School were probably the music concerts with teacher, because I really enjoyed the music class with teacher Kate. She taught us how to play many different instruments while making it fun at the same time, like being able to play games and watch cool videos or play along to our favorite songs. At my old school, we barely ever got to play instruments in music class, and I never really liked it. And everyone thought it was boring. But here at Friends, it was a complete opposite and really fun. And another thing that I got a little better at while I was at Friends School was talking in front of a crowd, but I'm still not good at that. When I was at my old school, we never did presentations in class, so I was not and still not the best at talking in front of a crowd. During my time in Teacher Brad's class, we have done many cool presentations. Our most recent project was making a mobile app that could be anything, like a social media app or a game app or anything else. I did this assignment with Keegan. It was so fun to work on the project. I didn't worry about having to present in front of other people. And there are a few other people that I want to acknowledge. I'd like to thank my parents for giving me the opportunity to come to the school and looking out for me and making sure that I got the most out of my time here. And I did get so much, and I think I did a good job making new friends and going on field trips and playing school sports for the first time. Finally, I'd like to thank my teachers for giving me so many opportunities to learn and do new things while also making my experience fun. I never thought I would go to school quite like this.
Well, thank you, each one of you, for the care that went into preparing your essays and for sharing your thoughts and memories with all of us this evening. As we approach the moment of awarding diplomas to each of you, I now have the opportunity as head of school to share my own thoughts and observations. This is the part of the program where people in my position often offer words of advice or one last lesson before you go. And as tempting as that is for me, I am, after all, a teacher, I have good news for you. I'm not going to do that. Rather, I would like to take what I consider a Quakerly surprise approach to being reflective and asking you to be reflective as well. First, I would like to reflect back some of what stood out to me as the most important things that I heard you say about yourselves and your experience at this school. You shared experiences that ranged from playing with blocks in pre-K to playing on the stage last month to playing on this basketball court yesterday afternoon. Your experiences span the years from those who joined Friends School last year as 7th graders to those who have been here 9 years or 10 years. Fun fact, I did a little bit of math, and you collectively have spent 62 years here at Friends School. Longer than this school has existed. Figure that out. You told us that your exciting, sometimes confusing, and always memorable experiences have taught you friendship, kindness, and gratitude. To be smarter, braver, nicer, and tougher. To be honest, honorable, mature, and sensible. To be yourselves, and to be better persons, and to stand up for what you believe in. You expressed appreciation for the testimony of simplicity and for the time we share in silent worship. You told us that all this made you ready for great things. Yes, even to participate in world-altering diplomatic meetings. All of that is quite impressive and quite compelling, to say the least. To me, these reflections reveal a group of young people, both individually and collectively, who have a good sense of who you are, your own identities, and have confidence in your convictions and know the value of being in relationship with others. This also came through on Monday when we had our almost alumni luncheon, and you were asked to write down what advice you have for younger students here at Friends School. And your responses included, don't be shy, be yourselves. Don't be afraid to do anything. Don't be someone you don't want to be to fit in. And keep good friendships. In your speeches this evening, we also heard all of you say some version of thank you. Every single one of you expressed gratitude for the people who made your experiences here possible. You thanked your friends and your classmates, sometimes in older and younger classes, and I want to point out that some of them are here this evening as well. You expressed gratitude to your parents and to other family members who have not only transported you to and from school, but were also present and encouraging. And heartfelt appreciation for your teachers who have given so much of themselves to you. So I would like to pause for a moment now and echo that gratitude. As I look out into the audience, I see all of you. Some of you who, like your children, have been here for 10 years or more, some who recently joined, and some who have made multiple journeys here. Most of you are graduating with your child. One family is continuing with a younger sibling. But for all of you, I want to thank you and express gratitude on behalf of the school for the many ways that you have engaged in the life of our school and made it better through your presence and your love. So returning now to the graduates and what I said earlier about Quaker reflection. Again, we heard you speak about knowing yourselves, standing up for what you believe in with confidence and conviction, and being in relationship with each other, all of which has made our community all the better for having you in it. As you prepare to leave us and enter high school, I offer a query that I hope you will reflect on in the coming days, months, and years. How will you bring your identities and beliefs and use your connection with others to contribute to the schools you will soon call home? And as we do, I will say it again. How will you bring your identities and beliefs and use your connection with others to contribute to the schools you will soon call home? So returning to or continuing the theme of gratitude, I would like now to shift our attention for a moment from those seated to my left to the group of remarkable individuals seated to my right, the devoted and loving members of our faculty and staff. In particular, I would like to recognize at this time those who have reached milestone years in their service to Friends School and ask them to stand when they are recognized. When Jules Petrangelo began working at Friends School, it was a return to our alma mater, as she had gone to school here beginning in kindergarten, graduating in 2012. Upon her graduation from the University of Alabama, thank you, she was hired as an in-house substitute teacher, one of our creative solutions to the COVID pandemic, and as an assistant teacher, mostly with the kindergarten class. Jules went on to partner with teacher Megan as a kindergarten teacher, and for the past 2 years as our third grade teacher. In all that she has done, Jules has exhibited an easygoing demeanor and flexibility and determination to find creative ways to enhance the curriculum. As her next-door neighbor, teacher Natalie, observes, her warmth and clarity with the kids are inspiring, and the generous spirit she expresses to everyone who crosses her path has been a source of sunshine in our school. Thank you, Jules. Carol Pritchett also joined the faculty in 2020 as both our lower school science teacher and extended day coordinator. To spend time with Carol observing critters in her classroom, trekking across campus, digging in the garden boxes, or hiking the woodland trail is to experience an infectious passion for the sciences and the environment, and for our responsibility to care for our natural resources. A teacher who truly knows the strengths and challenges of each student, Carol is also a natural collaborator, whether it be with her fellow teachers or parents and families. It is impossible not to get as excited as Carol for learning and for new projects, such as the Friends of Heritage Woodland Reserve and the Community Gardens, initiatives that are not only near to her personal passions, but also promote community building that is so important to our school. Thank you, Carol, for 5 years and more. And when Alicia Kokov joined Friends School faculty 5 years ago, she quickly established herself not only as a highly effective math teacher, but as someone who truly knows her students and cares for their well-being. As you heard from some of our graduates this evening, Alicia is appreciated for making math make sense and even fun, even for those who might have been previously adverse to the subject. Students also appreciate Alicia's approachability and ready willingness to listen. Alicia has had other roles in our community over the years, including soccer coach, and perhaps most rewardingly, as a parent now of 2 students. This, however, has been a challenging year for Alicia, as she is also a diehard Sixers fan. So let us offer her our sympathies as well as our enduring appreciation. In recognizing Kate Hayden for her 10 years at Friends School, I want to begin with 2 personal experiences that bookend my time here. When I first arrived in 2017, the 8th grade sponsored Friends Stock, a talent show to raise money for hurricane relief. Kate approached me to sing a duet with a "come on, we can do this" attitude that proved to be a perfectly fitting introduction to how Kate approaches everything. This year, when I asked about sitting in on 6th grade music classes in order to hone my nascent ukulele skills, she welcomed me without hesitation, and I got to observe firsthand the combination of musical and pedagogical skill, warmth, patience, and encouragement with which Kate works her magic. As her creative partner and friend, teacher Sophie, shared, Teacher Kate's class is one of the most joyful places I have been. Our students love making music with Kate, and she welcomes their creativity and fosters their musical talents with open arms. Her concerts are heroic feats that reflect her love for our students and this community. She is unassuming and humble, and she is a remarkable musician in her own right. She is also a team player who always shows up for her colleagues. Thank you. Megan Nafee is celebrating 15 years as a member of the Friends School faculty, having filled a number of roles over those years. After starting in 2nd grade as a teacher, she has also taught 3rd, 1st, and pre-kindergarten and kindergarten for the past 8 years. Megan also serves as lead teacher for the early childhood team, providing the exact support that is needed through compliments and encouragement that are a gift for her colleagues. She also lends a voice of wisdom and integrity on the leadership team, asking just the right question or making just the right suggestion at just the right time. An authentic leader and teacher, Megan truly sees her colleagues and teachers as the whole people that they are, allowing them to be understood and valued, supporting their autonomy, and feeding them with endless encouragement to take new risks and learn things they may not have thought possible. And she is a fun teacher. If you ever need a lift, just visit kindergarten. But you may not find them in the classroom, as they might just be found taking a trip around campus, walking through the mud, gathering leaves, branches, and flowers for a project, or simply observing their surroundings. Thank you, Megan, for providing joy for your students and for all of us. We also have a teacher this evening who is celebrating a quarter of a century serving Friends School Mullica Hill. And if you can't guess who it is, I know that he would be happy and proud to tell you that it's Jason Hummel. Jason attended Friends School as a student and returned back home after venturing to the wilderness of Maine for his college experience. For the past 25 years, Jason has taught math and science from 5th through 8th grades, coached soccer and softball, and even worked for the summer program. As several of our graduates attested this evening, and every year, Jason is appreciated for making science hands-on and engaging, creating ways to provide real-world experiences to make their learning impactful. He also has a keen understanding of students' social and emotional development that comes from his instinctual knowledge and his experience as a parent. Jason also shares his passions with his students, as when he invited his crafting mentor, Jamie Hand, to teach the art of decoy making. As a veteran member of the faculty, yes, I said veteran member of the faculty, Jason has informally provided mentoring and support for our newest teachers and is appreciated for his collaboration. Teacher Flo, with whom Jason has worked closely over the past 4 years, will tell you, although he may not want you to know it, Jason is a colleague that is chivalrous at heart. In the 4 years we have worked together, we have collaborated on units, bounced ideas off one another, and gone on multiple field trips with 5th graders. He is one of the people I run to ask important questions, silly questions, and questions that are not to be answered, that are just asked to let off a little steam. Jason is not just a colleague, he is a friend, a big brother, and a guard dog, all rolled in one. Jason, please know how appreciative we all are for 25 years and counting of service to Friends School. So once again, my heartfelt thanks not only to those teachers celebrating milestone years, but to every member of the faculty and staff for your devotion to Friends School through the years. And now, my friends, it is the moment that these soon-to-be graduates have been waiting for. At this time, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of Friends School Mullica Hill, I am honored to award diplomas to Samuel Joseph Benjaminson, Liam Patrick Hasimas, Inshal Kazmi, Sienna Nicole Letang, Burke Thomas McMahon, Isabella Mondelli, Andrew Ricci, Thomas William Shea, Keegan C. Sprang, and Elijah N. Williams. So congratulations to the class of 2025. You are no longer Friends School students, but now hold the distinct privilege and responsibility of being Friends School alumni. And as we discussed at the alumni luncheon the other day, your status as alumni comes with a set of responsibilities. Just as you have represented our school as students, you continue to represent us as you venture forth onto your high schools and out into the world. And so, we expect that you will take the experiences you had here, along with your identities and convictions, and put them to good use by contributing to the communities that you will soon call home. We expect you to continue to be grateful for all that has and will be provided for you. We expect you to continue to strive to achieve your full potential. And we expect you to be responsible citizens and make a meaningful difference in your communities and in the world. And finally, on a personal note, I expect that when you are asked, "How are you?" you will respond, "Very well." That was the correct answer. It is now my pleasure to introduce our final speaker of the evening, who will offer words of farewell on behalf of the faculty and staff. Brad Gibson's relationship with Friends School began in the 1990s when he was a student, graduating in 2003. He returned to FSMH in 2013 as Director of Ancillary Programs. As a middle school humanities teacher for the past 8 years, Brad has earned a reputation, as you heard, as a teacher who shows genuine care for his students while holding them to high standards of engagement in academic discourse. As Brad described so well during the UN Day closing session, he challenges students to confront issues that matter in the world, come up with solutions, and find people with whom they can collaborate to take action. Brad also provides collegial leadership as a lead teacher, and over the past 2 years as the coordinator of our NJAIS self-study and accreditation process, helping the school that he loves to be the best it can be. His love for FSMH has only multiplied in his newest role, together with teacher Sophie, as the parents of Rosie, who is finishing her first year as a pre-K student, and Holly, not far behind. Life comes full circle. Please join me in welcoming Brad Gibson. And be very careful of the tape. You will stick to it.
For most of us in our early years, we pass through school and it acts on us. It rearranges our priorities. It changes our sense of who we are and what we should do with our time. So when we look back at our middle school selves, we are likely to see embarrassing phases with unfortunate fashion decisions and baffling musical tastes and painfully bad poetry. And this is especially problematic when you end up working at the place where you went to middle school and your students can easily find you in your old yearbooks. But that will not happen to this class, because in each of you there is a clarity about who you are and what matters to you that I truly admire, and that has helped me remember what I owe to my students. As teachers, we often feel pressure to identify the skills that need developing and the gaps in knowledge that need to be filled. But this class has reminded me that just as important is recognizing the areas where students thrive and making sure they're given plenty of opportunities to, as Sam and Liam would say, let them cook. So I have. And in return, through your passions and talents, each of you has given us something valuable. Sam's charm and persuasive gifts impact everyone he knows, and even people he doesn't. For example, my brother graduated from the school 25 years ago and hasn't returned to campus since. And yet, Sam not only discovered who he was, But he also convinced Dr. Greg Gibson to record a deeply strange video of himself running for president for one of Sam's presidential campaign assignments. Sam also used his gifts to persuade multiple classmates to root for the Washington Commanders against the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs, despite the obvious danger that entailed for all of them. But this awesome power isn't just used for his amusement. Sam has also served his community many times by galvanizing the group through sheer force of personality, on the field, on the stage, and in class. It was fitting that in last year's spring musical, Liam played Horton the Elephant, who hears and defends those others can't see or appreciate. Indeed, Liam observes beauty and value in things many of us take for granted. The most striking example was in our photo narrative assignment, when students were asked to tell a story through pictures. Most present something on the scale of the career of their favorite athlete or the process of ice cream being made. Liam decided to detail the 4 billion year evolution of all life on Earth. And as he lovingly recounted how early aquatic vertebrates with fleshy fins began moving out of water and into marshy areas, it was impossible not to share Liam's appreciation for all life that surrounds us, or to forget Horton's maxim, a person's a person, no matter how small. Inshaal's impact on our community is significant, but he also helped us expand our horizons to consider our digital audience as well. Whatever I've taught him in my class, I've learned far more from him about the production and marketing of YouTube videos. And while I'd like to say that I have now the knowledge to become a star like him, only Inshaal provides the charisma of an internet icon like Mr. Beast with the hustle of NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler. Most students who achieve fame at such a young age would let it go to their heads, but Inshaal remains humble and hungry, inspiring us to pursue our dreams with courage and joy. At a time in one's life when emotions are often difficult to comprehend, let alone control, Sienna has shown us how to channel our feelings into powerful and publishable art. Who else could have harnessed the mundane disappointment of a recess disagreement into a basketball betrayal literary saga? Who else could have turned the warmth and comfort provided by Jellycats and Bartholomew Bear into poetry that could bring her classmates to tears? Only Sienna has the combination of heart and head to perform those feats, and that is why we look to her for both wisdom and empathy. Burke offers a gift of another kind, which is an infinite capacity for imagination and world building. In my class, he took the opportunity offered by just a few theoretically short assignments to explain the moral significance of every conceivable lightsaber color. 86 years of Marvel Comics and 30,000 years of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. While Burke does inhabit this Earth along with the rest of us, I suspect he's always building a better, more exciting world in his mind, and it's our privilege to be connected to that world through him. And while Burke's lightsaber collection is impressive, the greatest collector in this group has to be Izzy and her Barbies. I know she wanted to represent the USA for World's Fair, but when she ended up with Japan, she assured me that she also has 37 Barbies that were made in Japan. But what's exceptional about this isn't the collection itself, it's the passion and purpose behind it. Like any truly great collector, Izzy reminds us that what we love deserves care, dedication, and deep respect. And where Izzy's collection is very focused, Andrew has amassed a similarly impressive collection of facts about a diverse array of topics, including the Bill Clinton administration, the history of the Battle Royale game Fortnite, and the many, many questions floating through his mind at any given moment. I don't know what kind of trivia game he's preparing for, but we all want him on our team. Because it's not just the knowledge that he's pursuing, he's bringing his curiosity to life and showing us how the world and its history is full of complexity and wonder. Tommy's admiration for LeBron James is well documented in perhaps too many of his assignments, but he's clearly taken lessons from the king to heart. Though Tommy enjoys the occasional hero ball, he also realizes that success is not about single-handedly defeating the opponent, but by making those around you better and always seeing the bigger picture. I see it in the way he brings energy to his classmates by pleading, "When can we start?" before I finished explaining every assignment. how he supports his teammates on the field during rough and triumphant moments in games, and how he lights up when he sees his pre-K buddy. Like the GOAT himself, Tommy's always making connections and bringing the team together. And I mentioned how Liam was so well cast as the sensitive and perceptive Horton. And I would argue that another stroke of casting genius by my wife was Keegan as SpongeBob SquarePants. Even before he got the part, Keegan had written extensively about his love of the ocean, had brought an erupting volcano to World's Fair, and had cheerfully contemplated the apocalypse while explaining the difference between nuclear fission and fusion. But the main reason he was such a great SpongeBob is that they both share a disarming kindness, a boundless sense of enthusiasm, and a purity of heart that makes the whole community stronger in subtle and profound ways. Finally, while Elijah also just joined us last year, he quickly made his mark on the community by diving headfirst into every opportunity. He played on a sports team each season, built sets and props for our plays, made friends across the middle school, picked up the xylophone and ukulele with ease, and volunteered to go first in every high ropes course in our camping trips. And in fact, the more terrifying the challenge, the more interested Elijah seemed to be in trying it out. And by fearlessly pushing himself to try new things, he couldn't help but pull us along with him. And that is the legacy of this class. You are all changed by your time here, but so were we. By honoring who you were and what you cared about, you weren't just following your interests. You were sharing your gifts. You were inspiring us. And now, you leave behind a community you helped build, where everyone can cook, where every passion and every person is celebrated. Congratulations.
This is the cue for the alumni. Please join me in offering one more round of applause to this remarkable class of the 2025 as they soon progress out to be greeted first by their fellow alumni of Friends School Mullica Hill. Thank you, everyone, and there is cake.